All right, so here we have a 2017 Honda Accord. This is the hybrid version. It does not have a traditional transmission, nor does it have a CVT. They call it an eCVT, but really, this is just a direct drive unit. So when you get on the throttle, it just turns the engine to create more electricity, and it's the electric motors that drive the wheels. But there is a situation where the engine does mate up to the drive line, and that's only at certain conditions. Like it's a light load at cruising speed. So if you put any more load than just, like light cruising, it'll kick it off and go to straight electric drive motors. And then the engine's just cranking, making more electricity sent to the motors. Hopefully that makes sense. I need to do some videos on kind of how that works. I need to research it more myself so I can articulate it a little bit better to you guys. But anyways, there is a transfer case, or not, sorry, excuse me. There is a, I don't even really know how to describe it. Drive box. I don't know. I'm sure in the comments you guys can help me out with the correct terminology. But there is a gearbox unit in here that takes Amsoil's ATF fuel efficient formula. Get the hood up here. So where you're gonna fill it, here's the engine. Here I come right there. It's kind of got like a little hook. Pull that out, and there's no dipstick. You're just going to replace what you drain out, which is about 2 quarts. So that's the fill port, and then now we're going to raise the vehicle and get underneath there and show you where the drain bolt is. All right, so now we're underneath the 2017 Honda Accord Hybrid. There's your oil drain right there, and your transmission / gearbox drain right there. So it's going to take a 3/8 ratchet, and that's it. You should only have this at, say, about 25 foot-pounds max. It does not take a whole bunch. So we're going to break this loose and get the fluids draining. It should drain out just a hair over 2 quarts. Once you get it broke loose, should be enough to undo it by hand. And there she blows. All right, so let's take a look at this fluid. It's not terrible. It's definitely soiled. I wouldn't say that it's what I would call spanked. It doesn't have like a real burnt smell or anything. I should have changed it a tad sooner. I'd probably recommend changing this fluid every 30 to 40,000. I think I probably have maybe 50 to 60,000 on it. I mean, like I said, it's really not doing much. Wipe this off. There's just a set of clutches in there. There's clutch packs in there that help mate the motor here to the well, doesn't have it's not real drive. That mates the motor to the half axles there, and there's like basically a gearbox / like transfer case there that does all that, mates everything up. Because if it's not mated up, it's just using the electric motors, like I said. But there are, there's a set of gears in here, and then there's the clutch pack that helps get things locked up, kind of almost like a torque converter, kind of. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot. But in my head, that's how it works. I know that there's a clutch pack in there that relies on this fluid as well as the gears. So it's good to, it's cheap maintenance. I mean, you're replacing, basically about 2 quarts at a time here. Might cost you maybe 30, 40 bucks in fluid, depending on what you use. Obviously, I recommend Amsoil. This is a signature series here. Takes 2 and some change, so I got a little bit of leftover of the OE. These are both the same type of fluid. It's just the OE is a little bit lesser version of the signature series. I typically recommend the OE in everyday applications. If you have something that endures quite a bit of abuse, I recommend the signature series. But yeah, we're gonna get this put in by hand, the plug, and then we're gonna do, I'm gonna do 20 foot-pounds on this, and then we'll put the new fluid in. Real quick, there is see that washer right there? Make sure that when you pull this out, that the washer is still there. You can reuse this a few times. If you want to replace it, make sure you have that on hand before you take this out. Just make sure it's at least the old one's there before you put it back in, or it won't seal up to this. It's kind of a recessed plug surface here, so it does require this washer. All right, so we got the top fill plug out. We've got 2 quarts and some change over here. And here is the funnel we're going to use. It's got a nice flexible tube on the end of it. Get it right down there in that hole. Be careful you don't knock dirt in there as well. And there it is, fits perfectly. And now we're going to dump the 2 quarts of the nice signature series. Gives you that extra reserve protection. If you're following severe service, you can run the signature series for the normal service under what the OEM would call severe service. So, like if OEM service is, say, 15,000 miles and normal service is 30,000 miles, you could still run this car under severe conditions for 30,000 miles with the signature series. That's what Amsoil's guaranteeing with that. And it's really beautiful how this thing just sits here nicely, and the drain port's, super easy to get to. Because, like, for instance, like a Fiesta ST or a Ford ST, you got to take the, it's not a bad job, but you got to take the whole wheel off here to gain access to the side fill and drain bolts there to do it, to where this is just super right in your face and really easy to get to on the top side. But yeah, there's really not much more to add to this video. It's just a drain and replace. Put your 2 and some change quarts back in, put the top side plug back in, you're good to go. And this will should eliminate any shudder you're experiencing with the once the fluid starts showing signs of wear. You'll feel it in the car when the clutch packs start kind of like not engaging quite so smoothly. And like I said, you're only going to notice that with this hybrid engine at cruising speeds, when it's trying to basically lock up the engine to the drivetrain. But thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll answer them as soon as I can in the comments.